Previously on The Great White North. I set off from Seattle, Washington, heading north, along the coast of Puget Sound, through Fraser Canyon, and over the Coast Mountains, and over Pine Pass and the Rocky Mountains on my way to Dawson Creek, British Columbia, where I entered the world-famous Alaska Highway. Join me on this episode as I ride nearly 1,400 miles to the other end in Delta Junction, traveling through the wilderness and over many mountains along the way. The first challenge was Steamboat Mountain and Summit Pass as I re-entered the Rocky Mountains. These turquoise waters sit just below treeline at the highest pass of the Alaska Highway and in my entire trip. And I was already far enough north where twilight never gave way to true darkness, as this time-lapse taken from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. shows. And in the morning I was on the road again, pushing further into the Rockies. Through the limestone gorges, and into the McDonald River Valley.
A couple miles into today, I've already seen 2 black bear. Guess it's just gonna be one of those days. Hey bear! Hey bear!
Hey bear!
I think I saw a grizzly cub a few minutes ago, but it scampered off into the woods. I didn't get a good look at it. I was not about to stick around and find out where Mama was.
This area once sat below sea level, allowing sediment to accumulate in layers. Shifting tectonics uplifted and buckled these layers, leading to this and other folded mountains seen in the area today. Climbing could be a workout at times, but when you got to the other side, it paid off. And so I coasted along the alluvial fans and onto the shore of Mucho Lake.
Store should come with a dog.
friend. Didn't even see this bear till I had already passed him. Last day in the Rockies was a bit of a washout.
I've emerged from the rain in the mountains. A little pocket of sunshine. It's not raining right now. I think I'm almost to the hot springs.
The Liard Hot Springs on the Liard River host a wide variety of plant and animal life that is unique for such a northern location. And made for a relaxing stop after nearly a month on the road.
Hey, Bison.
The park rangers told me not to worry about the bison that hang out along the side of the road. Just leave them alone and they'll leave you alone. But this guy came out right into my lane and made perfect eye contact the entire time. I didn't ask for what you're about to see and I don't recommend it. Unless you're looking to total a pickup truck, I guess. Plus, he seemed pretty unfazed, so it was time for Plan B. I was still a little skittish after what I'd seen coming into the hot springs, too. But the rest of the bison left me alone. quick stop in Watson Lake to resupply and see the sights, I was on the open road again.
Sunshine finally came out. It's supposed to stay out for a week. Day 2 in the Yukon.
Whitehorse is the capital and only city in the Yukon. Situated on the upper reaches of the Yukon River. It's hard to imagine now, but mighty wood-powered stern-wheeled paddle boats once traveled up and down these waters, carrying miners and supplies during the Klondike Gold Rush of the late 1800s. Today, the downtown has parks, museums, and shops. And mass transit, too. It was nice to visit, but I'm not cut out for the big city, so I set off once again.
The rain's starting to let up. It wasn't supposed to be here till this afternoon, but hey, it started at 7:30. What are you gonna do? That's what the rain gear's for.
So a lot of people like to ask why I would bike in the rain. There's typically two reasons. Had a little bit of both happen today. One of them is the forecast didn't call for rain. It was supposed to rain in this afternoon and the evening, so I left early to try to avoid it. Didn't work out. And the other reason is that tomorrow is supposed to be sunny. It's already starting to get sunny. And once the sun's all the way out tomorrow, I want to be down there in the mountains, Kluane National Park.
last night, just like this, reading a book, and I looked up. Right in front of me walked a bear. Yes, that bear right there. Walked right through here.
After a few hikes and afternoons relaxing along the lake, it was time to get going once again. I was up at dawn to load Rosie and hit the road.
Today is the same as when I left Whitehorse. It's a 60% chance of showers in the afternoon. And right now it's just about noon. Of Kluane National Park is covered in snow and ice. Since there aren't many roads or trails running through it, most people experience it from along the side of the Haines and Alaska highways. The mountains are visible for close to 100 miles all the way to the shore of Kluane Lake. As recently as 2016, Aichu, or the Slims River, drained into Kluane Lake here. But receding glaciers exposed a new valley south to the Gulf of Alaska, diverting the river flow and lowering the lake. Fireweed was growing all over the side of the road here and throughout Yukon, and this is likely why it's the official flower of the territory. They going? Apparently the ducks aren't used to seeing cyclists. They all just took off. Each year, millions of birds migrate to northern Canada and Alaska to take advantage of the abundant food.
told, but I don't mind the cold. I have walked this street 1,000 times or more, and I hope that I still do when I'm old. Here, memories flash in front of me, I see them clearly. A life I once had is sealed in this town of concrete and stone. And I know, though I'm growing old, it can never be untold.
The sea of trees. Beaver Creek, about to leave Canada. This place is a ghost town. There's nobody here. No traffic. I was the only person in the restaurant. I passed Canadian Customs a while back. There's about a 20-mile gap between Canadian Customs and US Customs. So right now I'm in no man's land, I guess. Physically I'm in Canada.
I have seen this room and walked this floor before, and the walls know every story I have told. Memories flash in front of me, I see them clearly.
The US-Canada border is marked with a neat little park.
Winter Customs. The guy was pretty nice. He said his son does some bike touring.
Though I'm growing old, it can never be untold. The past, it is written in stone. Though I'm growing old, it can never be untold. The past, it is written in stone.
Although I was traveling by myself, I wasn't really alone out here.
Morning. Hello. Hello. You guys all set?
Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
You're
Want a
welcome.
cold Gatorade? It's actually G2.
Thank you.
Ice.
Campers were generous up and down the highway.
Got breakfast, lunch, and dinner from Ron and Diane. Donuts, cherries, mac and cheese, can of salmon, some rice, hot chocolate, and some Cliff Bar. So that was Tom, Sandy, and Maggie that I ran into once before earlier. Before they left, they gave me multiple freeze-dried meals. They let me stay at their campsite, so I got free camping. And they're going to be in Denali, overlapping when I'll be there, so I should see them again in August. I have some Swiss neighbors, former cyclists. So far they've given me cheese and crackers and a few olives, some barbecue chips, and some Schweppes, and they promised to make me soup later. Soup last night was delicious. There's the bananas and a snack as promised.
This couple didn't speak much English, but from what I could tell, they were a few weeks into a 2-year trip from Anchorage to Argentina. And then there was Sam, the only northbound cyclist I saw on the whole highway. It was nice to spend some time with a comrade, but he had less time than me and was moving faster.
Good, how are you?
Unbelievable, I see a cyclist again.
Yeah.
First time after a long time.
I'm Mike.
Robert, nice to meet you, Mike.
Mike, how you doing? I'm headed for Pennsylvania. My buddy Steve is going with us, and we picked up my buddy, Jeff.
Jeff?
Jeff on the way out, so nice meeting you for the evening.
All you were doing was introducing yourself.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hi, Mike. Steve
Hey.
Snyder from Altoona, Pennsylvania.
Altoona?
Going home.
Hi, Jeffrey Thurston. I'm from Anchorage, Alaska. I'm on my way to Buffalo, New York.
And you guys all started in Anchorage?
Yes.
60 days for me and Steve.
50 to 60 days
50 to
in
60
there.
days?
How far are you going?
Oh, I came up from Seattle. I'm going to Alaska eventually.
Oh, beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations, that's sweet.
We're riding around. We started in Juneau and then we took the ferry up to Haines, rode up the Haines road highway, and now we're going over to Whitehorse and then going across White Pass.
My name is Gianluca Ferrari from Italy, from Genoa, in the north of Italy.
My name is Johannes. I'm from Germany.
This is my probably 7th time in Alaska, combined with my other trip, the 15th trip in North America.
And what keeps bringing you back to Alaska and the North America?
So to ride the remaining road I've never ridden in the past. So I've never ridden the road to Circle and back from Fairbanks, and never ridden this section of the Richardson Highway and this section, the following section to talk of the Alaska Highway.
I started in Whitehorse, but Prince George, then Mount Robson, Jasper, Banff, Lake Louise, Calgary, and up to Red Deer. Oh, I want to go to Halifax. I go across the continent.
I started at Inuit on the Dempster Highway, and now I'm heading south. The first plan was to go to Argentina, but I will make a break, just go to Panama, and it will take me probably 9 months.
I spent always my vacations since 1978 riding a bicycle in what I consider interesting places. I was in North America, I was in South America, I was in the Pacific. I visited extensively my country and the whole coast of Europe, including the British Isles, Iceland, Ireland, the Faroes Islands, north of Norway, Finland, and Sweden. From Newfoundland in the east to Alaska in west. So I've been north of Quebec, Labrador, Nova Scotia, Northwest Territories, Yukon, and the Western Arctic. South of South America, New Zealand, and the coast of Australia are totally different. Every 20 miles there is a place. You can have a hostel, you can have a campground, you can have food, you can have what kind of service you may need.
Guatemala or Nicaragua, there's a lot of traffic and there's the awful cars, not like here, black smoke, And when you come to Costa Rica, it's very hilly, it's up and down, and it's humid, and a lot of traffic, and the road is narrow. Mexico and then Arizona, how hot it is, or even California. I still wanted to do Spain this year, Andalusia, because either way you do it in spring or you do it in autumn.
Have you seen any wildlife along the way?
Yeah, pretty much. I see
bears?
black bears, squirrels,
The grizzlies?
Yeah, no.
No grizzlies?
Not even one.
You see that little bear?
There was-
Mile 32, you were right behind us. Yeah, he was off on the right. He was kind of small, looking very uncertain. And I thought, oh, there's a mama bear somewhere by.
Boy, that Haines highway, that was all bear.
Yeah, I didn't see any wildlife either. Now I see some wildlife again.
Yeah, I just saw a bear.
Okay.
10 kilometers back.
We saw a bunch of elk. No, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, elk, yeah.
Saw about 20 or so.
So in North Quebec I was in KA1. KA1 is the code of the last dike on the main section of the generating facility schema, and I was there bringing along 52 days worth of food.
And did you weigh your bike before you started?
No, I don't want to do it.
You don't want to know?
No, but remember, in the final days of my vacation, my bicycle will be super light because all my food will be eaten by me.
Hardest part of the journey was closing the door behind me.
For Nelson I made 181, 184, 158. Yesterday 153. No, I reduce now. Once I'm coming to the mountains
I had
now.
tailwinds. I was doing like 150 a day when I had tailwinds earlier.
Oh yeah, okay.
But then I got headwinds and I couldn't even do 100 a day.
I had headwind at the beginning. That it's horrible.
Yeah.
Well, he's from Florida. He's from Texas. I'm from Minnesota.
You guys know each other before, or did you meet on the road?
We didn't know anybody. We don't know where we are, what we're doing.
Most of us aren't as lost as mine.
I haven't looked at any of the maps. That's part of the reason why I'm lost.
Enjoy.
Yeah, let's see ya.
You'll enjoy your trip.
Yes, thank you. You too. Have a safe trip.
Thank you. Enjoy your trip.
Bye.
Have fun.
Well, have a good trip.
Thank you.
Be careful. Make sure the bears stay over there.
I'm carrying on. Okay, Mike. All the best, huh?
Yeah,
Take
you too.
care.
Take care.
Nice day.
The final miles of the Alaska Highway went by quickly. Warm, sunny days so long they seemed like they'd never end. "1,387 miles later I had arrived in Delta Junction, the northern end of the Alaska Highway. But the end of the road was not the end of the journey. Next time on The Great White North. I trade paved roads for gravel as I travel through Alaskan wilderness with bear and caribou, as I explore the Denali Highway and Denali National Park.